Okay, good afternoon, everyone. And today we are going to continue our discussion on teaching aptitude, which is Unit 1. And we have previously studied about teaching models, teaching theories, and other thing. And today we are going to talk about methods of teaching and learning. That is quite important, and it will you will get one question from that, which is certain. So today, I hope everyone is ready. Write in the chat box, ready quickly. So we'll just start our session. Okay, and today we'll continue this class till 6:30 or at least 6. So we still have 2 hour 15 minutes. In that we will discuss, we'll try to complete teaching aptitude today itself, and also we'll discuss literary criticism, which will be in after this session. Anyway, so we'll start teaching method. First of all, you should understand what is teaching, that you already know. Now we are, and remember that at least 2 questions, you if not 1, you might get 2. So you have to pay attention in that session really well. So method is something that teaches principle and method to enable student learning. So by method, that what kind of strategies that and also what kind of style teacher can teach, and there is also learning methods as well here. So first of all, teacher centered. As I said, teacher centered start from the beginning, right? Where teacher is authoritative figure, where teacher decide what to learn, what kind of method it should be taught, subject should be taught. Okay, so teacher centered method is, again, it's here a teacher is the authoritative figure, a main authority, or you can say the primary source of, so is the primary he plays primary role on teaching centered approach, and the students role are, it could be secondary, and via lecture, direct method. So the intention of testing and assessing them. So teacher's primary responsibility here is to impart knowledge and information to their students. So here again, teaching and assessment are viewed as separate entities in this model. So again, teacher plays the primary role in teacher centered approach. That is one point. And in the second point here is teacher use their whatever the system is required. So use systematic scripted lesson plans as the only source of knowledge. Got it? So that is all again in define. Now in teacher center, remember, direct teaching is, or direct instruction comes under teacher centered method, where teacher stands in the front of the class and present information. Where teacher plays the primary role, student plays the secondary role. Students are, remember, explicit guided instruction by their teacher. So already we have discussed about direct teaching and indirect teaching, that is similar to that. An example, direct instruction is the best way to learn the order of the planet. So where teacher demonstrate all order of the planet. Anyway, teaching about material being magnetic is better learned through experimental. Again, lecture method, they have asked about that particular topic in NET also. So lecture method is what? Where teacher gives the large amount of information in front of the class where students participate. Remember? And lecture can be presented in large audiences. Lecture can model how professional work through disciplinary questions or problem. So I hope you understand about the lecture. Lecture simple, what you see in colleges and universities. Got it? it is the same thing is here, and also there is one how to improve the lecture method. So remember, in lecture method, if you are a professor, if you're teaching a large number of students, what you have to pay attention, how you can improve the teaching, main points of the lecture you have to present, and also along with that it should include main organizing ideas or theme. Remember, when lecture method are being adopted, where teacher use examples to illustrate each ideas, and of course use a repetition to enforce the main point. He can repeat the information to make a student familiar about the subject. So summarize and refer back to the central. Again, demonstration method where teacher demonstrate a particular topic. So skills or principle in small step. Here student will be more engaged by visual demonstration than by pure auditory. So what you see in labs and all, right, where you are taught by the demonstration. So here learning is made permanent through the involvement of various senses. Correct? So here some of the points are mentioned here which elaborate demonstration method. Example, this motivate learners to participate actively by developing an interest in them. The demonstration should be carried out easily. So you have to know the name of what kind of teaching methods are, and this is, remember, this is all are teacher centered. And again, another is flipped classroom. Here what happen, the student can learn through blended learning, where students are introduced to the content at home and also practice working through it at a school. So that is flipped classroom, where both places plays important role, like in a school or in home. Okay, or it can be like online and also offline. So this can be flipped classroom. In a flipped classroom, again, the idea that lecture or direct instruction are not the most effective way to teach. As a result, students have access to information before the class. When you ask a student to learn from the home first and then come to attend the class, so in that way, that is called flipped classroom. Again, the role of the teacher is one of the facilitator who sets up the content, maps out homework, and provide a welcoming learning space that students can explore. So some of the benefits, like flipped classroom has the flexibility, which is the key, and learning can be done at the students and learners own pace, and the student takes a responsibility of their learning. So in this classroom, students are more likely to learn than encounter material. Got it? Here the team teaching method is whatever you learn through the team. It can be instructor work purposefully, regularly and cooperatively to assist a group of students of any age. It can be either children, it can be or adult learner, all these. Okay, the teacher is responsible again for setting up the goals of the course and designing a syllabus, and also they prepare lesson plans and also evaluate their progress. I hope you got this, and this is team teaching method. So I hope this is all the small points that can be. So benefits, again, now we are talking about the benefits of teacher centered approach or classroom is order in the class. It actually provide order in the class. There is quite atmosphere in the classroom, as the teacher is the full control. If something happens, teacher has the authority to remove you from the class. So they maintain that atmosphere in the classroom. So instructors who are entirely in control are less likely to concern that the student might be missing important information. So I got so you must have the idea about what is teacher centered. Again, teacher centered is where teacher plays the primary role, student plays the secondary. Again, and drawbacks are, in order to In order for this method to work effectively, the instructor must make the class interesting, and in that way student might interact with teacher, and that will become interesting class. So the student may become bored, their minds may wander, and they may miss important information. So teacher here has the responsibility that the lecture should be interesting and provide more as much as information that student can grasp. Okay, got it? Again, student centered. Remember that here one important word is personalized learning. It's a very important term that you should remember under the student centered approach. And in the student centered approach of learning, what happened? While teacher are the authoritative figure in this method, teacher and student primarily play an equally active role in the learning process. It shifts the focus of instruction from the teachers to the students. Okay, the teacher's primary role here again is to coach and facilitate students learning and comprehending the material. So that is a student centered. Couple of things that you should remember, that it is also personalized learning. Here we have differentiated instruction or learning. That's important point that in NET they have asked about it, the differentiated instruction. So at its basic level, differentiation refers to teachers' effort to respond to their student different learning style. So here why it is personalized learning, because some students have different type of learning style, and where differentiated instruction or teaching plays important role. So educators differentiate instruction whenever they reach out to an individual, a small group, to create the best possible learning environment. Got it? And also differentiation in the classroom pertains to content, processing, product, and ultimately the effect. And teacher can be differentiated. So here teachers can differentiate through content. Sometimes different student will learn different information. So what the student needs to learn and how the student will get access to the information. Through process, of course, as we know, teaching is an active process, and in differentiated learning, activities in which the student engage to make sense of or the master the content. Got it? Through product is like a project that asks the student to rehearse, apply, and extend what he or she has learned in an unit. We're just moving quickly because we need to get it done with this unit so we can start solving mock test and PYQs based on teaching aptitude. Got it? Through learning environment based on the individual learner. Again, inquiry based is whenever you ask question in the classroom, in that way you understand the concept or the problem. So whenever it is inquiry based, what happens? Teacher asks student the question, and or a student asks the question from the teacher, and teachers answer. In that way they learn. That is inquiry based learning. Simple term is there. You only have to know only this important fact about particular type of learning. Here inquiry based learning based on posing question, where they learn through the question, as a teaching method based on student inquiry and hands-on activity. Inquiry based learning treats the teacher as a supportive figure who guides and supports students throughout the learning process rather than as a sole authoritative figure. So here again, a facilitator rather than a lecturer often assists inquiry based learning. And at our age we usually employ this inquiry based learning. We ask question, either we ask from the internet also or Google, and through that what we learn can be referred as inquiry based learning. Got it? Developing their question, thinking and problem solving are closely related to inquiry based instruction. Again, kinesthetic, which is very important, also they have asked related to that also. Kinesthetic learning can be more student centered than teacher centered. That's why we have put student centered learning method. One of the important point is kinesthetic learning, where student it is also comes under personalized learning, and here student can be more, it is student centered than the teacher centered. Student here can choose how to use movement to learn new information or experience new skill. So it's adaptability to a teacher's particular classroom preference. I hope you got it. And this method again is kinesthetic tactile technique that they have asked once about this tactile, which is like through sensory or through touch or through visual and auditory study technique, resulting in a multi-sensory learning experience. I hope you got the kinesthetic learning process. Anyway, so again here the tactile word, which we have already seen question based on that. Three important points that you may would like to hear. You may be a good fit if you enjoy making things with your hands. So again, it is like hands-on practice. Whatever you touch, whatever you learn by touching them, that enables your sensory motor, and that is your kinesthetic tactile technique. Got it? Great. So it is best remember, when you make things for your studies, it is beneficial to make something for a subject to better understanding it. Got it? Understand it. So individual learning, what we have been discussing, personalized learning, these are the same word. They can you might get question from one of these, and the meaning of all these are the same, which is personalized learning, which can be defined as individualized learning as well. Not only that, but also it can be called instructional, personal instruction, and personal learning environment. Of course, it comes under direct instruction as well. Got it? So individualized learning refers to instruction designed to meet the student's individual. Personalized is like, suppose Priya is saying that, sir, I want to learn through mock test, and I want to learn through PYQs, and I also need lectures, I also need PPTs, and through that, say her requirement is so much. So based on all these requirements, what teacher does, what I would do, I will just create a course or create a lecture based on the requirements of Priya. So I'll just make that course or subject as personalized. Okay, Priya wants all these kind of things, so I have to include in the course everything. So that will be particular personalized learning for a particular student who is Priya right now. Got it? So that is our answer. Anyway, so that is your individualized, personalized, everything is written the same way here. Got it? I hope you got the point. What does it mean? One is expeditionary learning. In expeditionary learning, schools are modeled on comprehension school reform based on educational ideal. German educator Kurt Hahn, the founder of Outward Bound. Expeditionary learning is where the students go on expedition. Simple, they go out to learn the things. Suppose here Anjali wants to learn about British literature, and she wants to feel it. So what she'll do, we'll just organize one expedition where she'll go to England and explore the particular college, or she will go to Globe Theatre and experience Shakespeare, or these kinds of expedition. So it comes under expedition learning. I hope you got it. Some of the contents are the primacy of self-discovery, the having of wonderful ideas, the responsibility for learning, empathy, caring, success, failure, collaboration, competitive, natural world, solitude and reflection, service and compassion. Again, one example I have just given here. A studying living in a large city might study statistics on pollution, read information about its effect, visit places impacted by the problem. So when they understand the circumstances well, students and teachers develop solutions they can actively implement. Good. So the use of G Suite, Google Docs, Sheet, Drive, these all are included where in expeditionary learning. Anyway, again, programmed learning is something like the learning material in the textbook, teaching machine or computer. So whatever you learn through a program, that will be called program learning. And if a teacher uses that method, they will be in text or presented in small chunk or large chunks. Got it? Simple. Game based learning, of course, you learn through educational game. It could be video game, it could be through quizzes, it could be through all important educational games. So you should understand it will be can be video games, it can be card games, board games. All the games include where student learn through game. So that is game based learning. Same thing is there. Heuristic, through the name you will find it a little bit hard, but remember, heuristic is something you solve problems or discover oneself by employing a practical approach that may not be optimal, perfect or rational, but is nonetheless sufficient for reaching an immediate short-term objective. So heuristic means that one word, trial and error, a rule of thumb. Okay, where you approach, you might get fail, you might get pass, and you do that all practical and trial things where you learn. That is your heuristic learning. And again, other teaching method is collaborative, where two or more people learn or attempt to learn something together. So suppose Anjali and Priya together are suppose they want to learn about anything. Suppose learn about theater, restoration theater, and what they'll form a group together and they'll explore together, and from each other they will learn different things. That will be collaborative learning. Okay, the same thing is written here. Not much of it. You just only need to understand the concept of particular learning. Again, cooperative learning. One is collaborative, one is cooperative. Cooperative is actually approach aiming to organize classroom activities into academic and social learning. Structuring positive interdependency. To achieve academic goals, students must work together in a group. So in cooperative, you form a group, more than one or two students, and you learn through achieve one particular academic goal. So that is your cooperative learning. Some of the elements are given here: positive interdependency, individual and group accountability, promotive interaction, teaching the student the required interpersonal and small group skills, or of course group processing. Again, discussion method is simple, that you learn through discussion. Simple is that it is open-ended and it is a collaborative exchange of ideas among teacher and students, or among students. Just give me a minute. We are short of power. Where is okay, not on. So by the name you will understand discussion, where everybody takes part of it, even teacher, students, and it requires thinking, learning, problem solving skills, understanding, and literary appreciation. So that discussion can occur between members of TAD or a small group or a whole class led by teacher or by a student. So when you were child, sometime what teacher does when you were in school, that one monitor in the class, right? They ask that leader of the class, okay, you guys all discuss together in particular this topic, and I'll be back in short. So got it? So something like that. So discussion method is that, I hope you got. And peer learning is actually, it is mainstream educational framework. They have asked about peer learning, and simple is like student interact with each other to attain educational goal. So again, the peer learning is like collaborative, cooperative, and also to achieve this educational, whatever the goals you have, and you achieve it together and you learn from each other. Suppose Priya knows about restoration theater, and Anjali knows about Jacobean theater. So they will teach each other and they will learn from that. Got it? And one example is there. Learning for everyone, by everyone, about almost anything. Again, brainstorming method is what there will be one key ideas, and in that session the teacher or the leader or whoever is there will ask to generate different ideas related to the particular topic, and there will be brainstorm. So suppose let's take a quick example of brainstorming here. So I'll ask one thing. I'll give you one word, novels. So in novels, and related to words, what are related words through novels? You will just write story, or you will say sir novelist, or you will say that particular novel, the plot, and what are all related to novels. Or it could be anything. It could be your situation. If we ask about popular culture, what the brainstorm Priya will say radio, and Anjali will say television, or whoever is there, they will just create ideas. That popular culture could be newspaper, it could be shows, and whatever TV shows, and these words, when it comes, that will be like brainstorm. So the purpose of brainstorming is to devise a solution to a specific problem by gathering a list of ideas that the group members spontaneously contribute. Got it? And buzz session is that participant will be divided into different group, and they will have different topics where they will just discuss ideas thought to each groups, and the sound will come like buzzing sound to every group. So that will be your buzz session. So student will within each group should be encouraged to discuss and collaborate. So everyone needs to learn from each other's experiences and input. Project method, suppose you teacher will give you a project where you have to go out and collect information about that, do research, do practical problems, and you create charts, and all these things that comes under project method. The project may involve suppose one project has we have given one student to build a robot, and whatever the important information regarding robot, or whatever the device, whatever how to make a robot, and all the equipment, whatever it needed to make robot, that will be learning through project method. So simple. Fishball is simple thing. So there will be like one big group, one big hall, and there will be one desk between, like you are surrounded with a circle. There will be one person in between, and he will speak the conversation, and everybody will listen. And in the next, he will just go sit back, and again another person will come from the hall, and he will talk again, listen everybody, then his turn is, and again another person will come, and he will again study. So through that we understand fishbowl. Simple, a fishbowl is a conversation may also be used in participatory events such as conferences, unconferences, and other thing. Got it? Offline, online. Simple, whatever you study in the classroom, that'll be offline. Whatever you study in online, that'll be online through Google Classroom and like that, in Zoom and all these things. That'll be your online method. And offline teaching is simple component, one learning process. It will be more like passive. Learners have fewer roles in the instruction process. The teacher concentrate on delivering knowledge and subject content. And you might be learned there will be multimedia in the classroom, but the delivery of instruction is mainly verbal. Student interaction with technology is less here, and the emphasis should be placed on face-to-face interaction. Again, the unit 1 and this teaching method mostly is about your judgment, and again whatever is needed we have already discussed now. So advantage of offline is there, disadvantage of offline is there. Online method simple, through you learning is more active, and the role of teacher is more into the instruction process. So that is what you learn through internet. And the advantage of online education is you can access it from anywhere. Of course, even if right now Priya is from different place, Anjali is different place, Lakshmi is different place, Devi and all the people are from different place, but they are learning together through online. But they had only internet connection and a channel like YouTube. Here we are learning. Got it? There are some disadvantage mainly would be like there are less interaction between teacher and students. That could be the major disadvantage of the online education. Got it? Some tips to improve online, some tips to attend online courses. Got it? Everybody knows that. And now we'll just move to the Swayam Prabha and all things. Write Swayam in the chat box quickly, and I'll give you 1 minute break, and then we'll continue. When we come back, we'll study Swayam Prabha, and of course we'll talk about e-Vidya, we'll talk about MOOCs, we'll talk about NDEAR, digital educational architecture, we'll talk about Diksha, we'll talk about Pathshala, we talk about Nishtha, we talk about O Labs, we talk about virtual labs, GSAT, EduSat, we talk about InflibNet, we talk about most of the things here, right? And after that we'll have teaching support system. Got it? Where are we? Swayam. So great. Priya wants to learn Swayam, right? Whoever is there, Swayam in the chat box, and we'll continue. I'll just give you like 1 minute break, and when we come back, we'll talk about all Swayam Prabha, Swayam with Swayam Prabha, Diksha, and all other new term that you will get one question from that. Already we have discussed like 3 questions which are certainly going to come, and one of them is that Swayam Prabha and other things. Okay, 1 minute break, and I'll be back. Great, 1 minute break is over. So Swayam we know that it is an initiative by Government of India to achieve 3 cardinal principal goals, and that is access, equity and quality. So according to the Swayam, that the goal is to give access to the every student to access the good quality courses and resources. So efforts are being undertaken to ensure that the best teaching learning resources are available to everyone, and including those most in need, because some people are not able to get good education in a particular place. For that they have launched Swayam, and we'll just focus on important thing. Swayam is an Hindi word, and that means self. So it is a Sanskrit acronym of Study Webs of Active Learning for Young Aspiring Mind. That you should remember. Study Webs of Active Learning for Young Aspiring Mind. That is the full form of Swayam, that you should remember that. And it is an Indian massive open online course platform that is called MOOC, that we'll discuss soon in this class itself. So as part of Digital India, Swayam is initiated and launched by who? Ministry of Human, MHRD, now known as simply Ministry of Education, and it is actually free access to all advanced course. And remember, you should know the date, 9th July 2017 by Honorable President of India. And Swayam has been developed by MHRD and AICTE with Microsoft help, and is equipped to facilitate 2000 courses. Also you should remember the number, and it starts from class 9 onward. And these faculties are from IITs, IIMs and IAS ER, right? And they teach through the channel. And remember, there are 203 partnering institute and 2748 completed course. And how many students are there? 1,25,41,992, and the exam is 9,15,538 exam registration, and 6,54,664 successful certificate. So this number only you have to know how massive it is. Okay, the mission is the first satellite project of COEP satellite initiative under the CSAT program. Okay, and SAT means satellite. And the student in this team this team are selected after a rigorous selection process. And one other important things are, it is an online video lecture, and you get what? You get downloadable and printable material. You will find quizzes, tests and self-assessment, an online discussion forum for clearing doubts. Various pedagogical and technological measures have been taken to enhance the learning experience through audio, video, multimedia, state-of-the-art pedagogy. To ensure that the best quality of content is produced and delivered, 9 national coordinators have been appointed. Remember, AICTE NPTE, which is National Program on Technology Enhancement Learning, University Grant Commission, Consortium of Education Communication, that is CEC, CAN, National Council of Educational Research and Training, which is NCERT, and NIOS, that is National Institute of Open Schooling, IGNU, Indira Gandhi Open University, IIMB Management Bangalore, IIMI Bangalore, and National NIT for Technical Teachers Training and Research. Swayam Prabha is simple. It is what? It is again launched by Ministry of Education or Ministry of Human Resource Development. And remember the number of total 34, or initially it was 32, 2 has been added. So 34 channels are available 24/7, and educational program on television and multiple time zones. Content are provided by NPTEL, IIT, UGC, NCERT, and other all these whatever we have discussed here. Got it? And one important thing is a group of 22 DTH channel designed to telecast high quality education program 24/7 and basic using the GSAT satellite. That question they have asked. So these whatever is in bold is important for you to learn. And again one word, in FlipNet Center maintains the web portal. Got it? And the curriculum based course content at both the postgraduate and undergraduate level covers various subjects. Could be art, science, commerce, law, medicine, agriculture, performing arts, social science and humanities, engineering and technology, etc. School education 9 to 12 levels and maybe more also. PM E-Vidya is also initiated by Ministry of Education, and again it is by PM E-Vidya, where you get all contents with the multi-mode setup, remote learning platform, internet, radio, community radio, podcast, TV. Got it? 12 E-Vidya DTH channel are beneficial for the learners of those remote areas where stable internet is not available. And again, these channel broadcast what? Curriculum based education content developed by again NCERT, CBSE, KVS, NEOS and Rotary. Both language are available, English and Hindi version. And of course video contents are, you just remember the name. And MOOCs are simple. They have asked once full form about it. A massive open online course. And MOOC can be it is a web-based platform which provides an unlimited number of students worldwide with a chance to distance education with the best institute in the world. Got it? It was established in 2008 and gained popularity in 2012 as a tool for educational. And some of the example of which these providers are here listed below. NPTEL, that we have discussed the full form, WizIQ, which is in India and US, Open to Study, Coursera, edX, Udemy, Canvas, Khan Academy, Swayam, Udacity, Stanford Online, Shaw Academy, Open. And these are all free that you can use. Advantage of MOOC, of course, you can access it anywhere, wherever you are. Disadvantages, that it is possible to create chaotic learning environment by relying on user generated content, and also evaluation is not that accurate in MOOC. So these are the main disadvantage. Now we'll just talk about national digital architecture, educational architecture, which is NDER. Remember, it is by Indian government established this national digital education architecture in the Union Budget 21-22. Diksha means digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing, national portal for school education, and it was in September 2017 to provide students, teachers and parents with curriculum based engaging learning material. E-Pathshala, that you already saw in YouTube, so many lecture based on different subjects, and it was in E-Pathshala portfolio, and that could be audios, videos, flipbook and other. Again, Nishtha is a national initiative for school heads and teachers. Excuse me. So that is Nishtha. OLab is whatever online labs are available in the internet, and it was initiated in November 2014. Virtual lab, Vinda introduced a virtual pilot lab in 2008, and the main one in 2010 to enable undergraduate and postgraduate student of science and engineering to access the lab remotely and enhance their study experience. Got it? And some of the digital initiative is Sikhawani, which is available in the radio, the Central Board of Secondary Education, CBSE, National Institute of Open Schooling, NEOS, and Digital Accessible Information System, DAISY, and Free Open Sources, FOSSI. Got it? GSAT, very important. It is a satellite which was launched in 2004, was communication satellite, and it is for space research organization. So EduSat is the first Indian satellite built exclusively to serve the educational sector. So this satellite only launched for educational center. Got it? That is EduSat. Inflibnet is whatever the library they have, whatever you find, like Sodh Ganga is there, right? Gangotri is there, or certificate, or whatever the digital things are there in the internet, that is all provided by Inflibnet, and which is Information Library Network Center. And the important thing is, it is located in Gandhinagar, Gujarat, and that is found in 1991. Okay, so remember the place of Inflibnet and also the date 1991. Got it? Inflibnet operates a national-wide high-speed data network connecting universities, libraries and other information center. Open access initiative include all these: OJAS, IR, Inflibnet, all are these, like Sodh Ganga is there, Gangotri is there, whatever the e-library is there, it is by Inflibnet. Got it? EPG Pathshala is also there, Gateway Postgraduate course. So we are done with teaching aptitude, almost like 80% of the course. Now we are going to discuss about teaching support. That is very easy. I mean, everybody knows about it, and sometime they ask a question based on that, and it could be all the supporting system. Some is traditional, some is modern, and we'll just this is all about what is, and we'll just move by points. Okay, these are no need to read too much about it. We'll just move to the points. So traditional teaching support comes, remember, it is teacher center. In traditional, what is like Blackboard they use, and Map they use, and the Globe they use, they are all traditional. Whatever you get in your old time, whatever was there in your school, These days is completely different. You get tablet, you get computers, and you get internet and all these things these days. Now it was not there in previously. So in traditional classroom we had a blackboard, we have globe, we have chart, we had map. So these things we had, but now it's completely different, and here we are talking about traditional teaching support. So first thing, it is teacher centered approach, where teacher write in the blackboard, where a student learn. In rote learning, again, whatever writes or whatever teacher writes at the blackboard, or whatever the homework or notebook he asks you to write, you have to memorize it, and that is in traditional teaching support system, which is and it include in rote learning. Goal oriented device to use is like textbook, blackboard and other things. Advantage, simple, that it is huge learner remains one of the most effective teaching method in old time, and it is also cost effective, time efficient. Disadvantage, that there is less involvement of the learner in the learning process, and I hope you blackboards. Now we'll just talk about the so blackboard, simple, we don't have to explain whatever the teacher writes in the blackboard. And textbook, of course, everybody knows. Chart, picture and poster, we'll just know the names. And maps, atlas and globes, flashcard, flip card, worksheet. Flashcard is something that is information printed on both sides and used to aid in memorizing information. Got it? Science lab, you in your school you had one lab. Okay, just give me, I'm getting a call, just 1 minute, kind of. Hello. Yeah, come again. Yes, tell me. So science lab, we talked crossword puzzle, we know, and quizzes, storytelling, dramatization and one play act, dictionary, encyclopedias, reference. These are all traditional support system. Learning toys, abacus, modern support system, whatever we use these days, like PowerPoint, games, and CD, DVD, projector, smart board, internet, e-reader, Kindle. All these things are coming in modern support system. So simple. Advantage, disadvantage is also there, and we just need to know the. So computer, internet, electronic notebook, computer educational games, online dictionary, online test, PowerPoint, slides, games, flashcard, educational game, lesson relayed on radio through satellite TV, education CD, DVDs, projector, whiteboard and other things. Got it? ICT based support system now we'll talk about, and it refers to word processing, what you learn through word process, what you learn through blogs, whatever you learn in Wikipedia, through emails, web creation, design, web searching, drawing, graphics, program and digital videos, spreadsheet, database, computers, apps, internet, word processor, spreadsheet, animation or drawing, presentation software. Web 2, student can develop higher order skill through Web 2. Publishing program, making a video, and now we are talking about teaching support system, whatever teacher use to teach, and that comes audio aids. Sometime what he does he play a cassette in a classroom, to ask that how it should be spoken and all these things, whatever you get in when you do when you prepare for IELTS and whatever English program, they ask you to listen particular, they play one audio tape and where you have to find. So radio, podcast, gramophone, tape recorder, again audio CD, lingua phone is a kind of gramophone. This program is especially designed to assist children in learning pronunciation and other linguistic sound. Telephone and mobiles, language laboratory. And visual support system comes whatever the slides, Prezi, that I taught a couple of like 6 classes from Prezi, and also we taught from PowerPoint, Keynotes, Google Slide and all. Charts, indirectly it provides an environment for the teaching process inside the classroom. A flashcard, again one side is written information, other side is written the word. So poster, also picture, silent film, graphs, maps, mind map, diagram, display board which could be blackboard, whiteboard, pegboard, magnetic board, bulletin board, flannel board, or which is covered in colorful cloth and are a great way to teach young children alphabets, allegorical tales and more. Projectors, smart projector are there, overhead projector, analog projector. Audio visual can be film strip, music clip, videos, film chart, slideshow, overhead projector, cartoons, animation, doodle, scribbler, TV, YouTube, documentaries and all. And actively aids could be the field trip where the teacher takes student to some particular place and teach them about that. So experiment also, and 3-dimensional is very important, they have asked about it, and it can be specific model puppet. So these models you should remember: models, objects which could be prism, pyramid, sphere, cones and cylinder, and specific mock-ups, diagram, puppets, globe, exhibition and museum. These are whatever you get. And virtual reality these days are very famous, where you get a headset where you experience through virtual reality. It could be AR, augmented reality, VR, virtual reality, AR, VR, video games. Augmented reality is simple, is used various ways in higher education, incorporate gamification into curriculum and creating educational material. So anyway, AI also these days people are using AI, artificial intelligence. And again now evaluation, which is the last part of our lecture, and we already 1 hour over. We'll just quickly try to finish this, and it's very important. 1 question you are getting from that. Now we have completed our 5 questions, and in this you have to pay attention a little bit more. You want it now or you want it later? You can write now or later in the chat box. So if you want it now, we can do it, because it's quite important field, because 1 question is like certain from evaluation system. You can write in the chat box you want it now or you want it later. We also have criticism class that we have to finish that too. So answer correctly. I think we should do it now, right? But anyway, write in the chat box, so we'll start. Right now or later? Quickly. So Priya says later. 1 person is also there. Okay, so evaluation system we'll do later. We'll just move to the criticism part, and in the let me see if it could be done. Continuous social process comprehension, function of evaluation. We have elements of evaluation, rubric, kind of big class, because one question is certainly coming from there. We really need good time. We just can't rush into it. I think we'll do this tonight or tomorrow morning itself, and then we'll take PYQ, okay? Or we'll try to finish PYQ and then we'll move it into that, because we have to start because tomorrow is Saturday, right? Saturday you have to do mock test. Tomorrow we are going to do mock test. So tomorrow there will be no class, but even if we take it, no, tomorrow is Saturday, there will be class, only Sunday is off. So tomorrow we'll try to finish that, okay? So for now, goodbye. I'll see you in 5:15 or 5:30. I'll just share the link there, and we'll try to cover criticism also. Maybe 5:15 is, I think, fine, right? So I'll see you in 5:15. Okay, for now, bye bye. I'll see you in 30 minutes, and the link will be posted in your WhatsApp group. Bye bye for now. See you later.